a freaking IKEA chair.
Something that bothers me now watching Ahsoka that stands out, and this is true of a lot of the Disney Plus series, and when I point it out to you, you will not be able to unsee it. But here it is. It's a technique that was used previously on commercial television. We're talking about the big three networks, right? When you're making commercial television and you have a 1 hour show, the show is not 1 hour. The show is an hour block of time sprinkled with approximately 12 minutes of commercials, so that the program itself is about 48 minutes. Now, what do? Right? You're a director, you're directing an episode of, say, The X-Files or another television show. It's a 1 hour show, and you have to hit that exactly 48-minute mark. You've got a script. What do? You include what you call garbage time. What is garbage time? Garbage time is when you're directing one of those episodes of television, you would include a scene where, say, Scully and Mulder pull up to a house. Maybe they have 1 or 2 lines of dialogue. They get out of their car. They exit the vehicle. They walk up to the porch. They walk up the stairs of the porch. They knock on the door. Someone opens the door, and they begin an exchange where something happens. Okay? So what that is called is garbage time. So when the editor goes to edit the show, you can literally cut out all of that and just cut to the conversation on the porch. We, in our heads, have already assumed that they have traveled by car, that they've walked up the steps, that they've knocked on the door, and they're now talking to someone that they're interrogating, questioning, whatever. Garbage time. It was something that directors included when they would make series. We need an establishing shot. We need them to walk up to the house to establish. An editor can choose to include these things or not. Good TV directors always included a lot of garbage time, which was extra things to make the exact runtime that a show needed to be. And this was different for different running times, etc. This was for television format on commercial TV for the big three or the big four, including Fox, etc. Right? That's how you would do it. What it seems that Disney Star Wars or Lucasfilm is doing is they're including garbage time in the actual show. You could take any episode of any of the Star Wars series and you could cut out the garbage time where you need to know the geography. And I guarantee you, if you want to learn editing, take any of the episodes of Ahsoka we've seen so far and cut out the nonsense. There's also a direction that is sadly missing, which is faster, more intense. Where's the intensity? Where are the actors emoting, saying something that makes you feel a sense of urgency and real dread and doom that characters that we love are in peril? There's a really simple scene in the original Star Wars film. It takes place in the cockpit of the Millennium Falcon. And all it is Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, Chewbacca, and Obi-Wan Kenobi yelling at each other. Well, Obi-Wan Kenobi's actually not yelling. And they're yelling about, like, we've got to escape this, Imperial starship is chasing us. We've got to jump to hyperspace. Han Solo has to explain to him how hyperspace works. There's feels like there's real drama and stakes. I don't feel that any of the lines of dialogue that are being delivered in this show have any sense of urgency or drama. It's flat. And I think part of it is it's the directing and the acting, acting, and the writing. Well, I don't blame the actors so much because they're directed to act that way. If they were directed to act differently, they would act differently. So I think really between the directing and the writing is really what's weakened these shows. And if you want to learn editing, take one of these episodes, cut out the garbage time, cut to the chase. Where do you think that phrase came from? Cut to the chase. I don't know. Did it come from film editing? I actually don't know the origin of the term cut to the chase.
It probably did.
Do me a favor, Star Wars. I'd rather see a 20-minute episode that makes me so excited I need to see what happens next. I need to be left on a cliffhanger where I'm like, oh my God, is this what's going to happen to our characters? Cut out the garbage time. Garbage time was for a different era of television, which I'm going to echo what you said, Alan. Disney does not know how to do TV.